guys, today I'm going to show you my setup for my radio controlled planes and what all I have for my radio controlled planes. First we're going to start with the setup for my Multiplex Easystar and how I take the videos from up in the air. Alright guys, this is the entire setup for my Multiplex Easystar. This is the plane that I use to take videos from way up in the air. I'll first start with the plane itself. This is the plane without the wings. It is a 3-channel airplane. It has the rudder, elevator, and motor. I run a 20 amp speed control and a little V3 motor. There is the AR6210, the Spectrum receiver in there. I don't know what type of servos I'm using. I think one's a off-brand and the other one might be a Spectrum, but the label is missing. This plane is 3 years old. The foam, most of the electronics are brand new, but the foam pieces, like the wings and the body itself, is about 2.5 years old. There might be, I think, one servo that's left from 3 years ago, and that's this one. One of my servos has gone out. I've had to replace the motor one time just from probably flying in humidity, from flying after rain or something like that. The plane itself, this part, the fuselage, is probably a year, 2 years old, something like that. I think this is original though. The canopy, I had to cut it down. There's this clip right here that I have for the camera. The canopy just velcros on right there. They have the tabs that you can use to fit down in here, but I like the canopy better with velcro. Now I'll show you my camera. This is the Action camera by Aztec. I'm probably going to be looking at getting a Mobius sometime soon. This is a actionpro. If you can read that, there we go. actionpro. Works with micro SD cards. I have like 4, 8, and 16 gigabytes for those. Then I have my battery. I fly a 2200 3-cell battery. So decent sized battery, not massive, but works perfect with this size of an airplane. Then I have my battery beeper. It lets me know how low my battery is. I'm gonna try plugging it in here real quick. Battery beeper. It shows me, it'll warn me on how much battery I have left. Right now I probably need to balance this and charge it, as it shows this is the amount of energy you have left in your battery, or your milliamps, and then this shows, whenever they're starting to die. So it's not the greatest thing in the world, but really I'm not really ever reading this part. What I'm mainly looking for is that beeping, because it'll beep in the air, just a constant beep on letting me know that my battery's about dead. I use the DX6i by Spectrum, and this radio, or the transmitter, works for my Easystar, and it also works for my Corsair over here, which I'll show you that in a little bit. Now, you're probably wondering, if you haven't ever seen the Multiplex Easystar, you're probably wondering why the wings are off of it like that, but this is actually the perfect plane for like traveling. If you want to go somewhere and fly, and you don't have much space in your vehicle, you can use these airplanes because they can fold down and they're really resilient. I actually took this plane to Branson, which I have a video of. This is what the plane looks like whenever it's all together, other than the canopy here. Put the canopy on. With my camera, it has a sliding part, sliding piece right here, that clip. The camera is on my plane now, and this is basically what the plane looks like whenever I'm about to fly and take videos. I fly without the canopy. The battery I have velcroed down in here, so it's not going to fly out. The only thing I'm a little worried about is all these cables in here and stuff. I might make something to block this off, like a little piece of just something to cover this up, because the canopy can't fit in here with the camera there. So this plane has been through quite a bit. this area right here is not a crack, that's actually a complete break. The wing completely snapped in the air. That wasn't from me crashing into anything, it just snapped in the air because they're so old. I put a spar rod through the wings, so they're X-Acto knifed underneath the wing, and put I can't remember what kind of metal it was. Or no, it was like a PVC type of plastic tube that I put in my wings. So now there's not much flex in there, but you know, it works very well now. It actually flies better with the spar rod. I haven't put one in the tail yet, so the tail is still kind of flimsy, but the foam is pretty good foam that it won't usually break. It'll bend quite a bit before it snaps. This plane has been in a few wrecks from a year or two ago. I haven't really wrecked it recently. It's pretty easy to fly once you know what you're doing. But you can tell the nose has been pretty smashed up. I got duct tape on it. There's a crack in the side here. There's a hole actually right there too. I'm about to get an entire new, almost ready to fly Easystar, and just this foam is getting really old. It's starting to fall apart little by little, so you can see I got packing tape all the way down the bottom of it, so it doesn't damage as much. Alright, so if I was to ever wreck my plane, like I have wrecked this one, I don't have that on video because usually whenever I'm flying this plane I like to be by myself, and whenever I'm by myself I usually don't have anybody videoing, so it has been through some stuff. This is the F4U Park Zone Corsair, by the way. I'll show you. Oh, pretty bright. Anyway, this entire rudder has snapped off. I had to fix all this. Still, it flies exactly how it did coming out of the box. It would look almost the same if I touched up paint with that. I don't have that real light blue color. I do have the navy blue color paint up. The wing has been chipped a bit there. There's a little bit on the other wing too, but not nearly as much. I've broken the plastic up here, because actually the first time I flew it, I was stupid enough where I thought I had my ailerons right. The ailerons are the control horns on the each side of the wing that make the plane barrel roll turn. But I flew this plane and I flipped it because the ailerons were backwards, so it didn't look very pretty. That's whenever the rudder snapped and scratched up the top of the canopy where the pilot sits in. On the edge of the wings are snapped, and I broke a propeller, so it upset me quite a bit, but I have flown it since then, and I have been able to land it perfectly. Just don't have any videos of it for some reason. I need to. But this is my workbench, and I have my Venom Pro charger. Works very well for all my batteries. And then I have my toolbox. This is usually in my car, and same with my Easystar over here. All these parts, including the canopy, I fit all in my toolbox. Of course, the plane doesn't fit in it, but the camera does fit in my toolbox as well. I have them all sitting up here. I got sunglasses. I'm always wearing sunglasses. I do not like the glare of the sun getting in my eyes whenever I'm flying. I have all my batteries. This is actually a remote for my camera, for the action camera that's on the plane. That up to like, I think 20 feet away I can take a picture, stop the video. I've never used it. Usually I just like to have a constant video, and I can take screenshots of the video later on my computer anyway. So it is kind of a cool tool that you can have a remote control for it anyway. I have my old school cameras that I used to use from my old YouTube channel whenever I did these flying videos. There's another one. They're just like spy cameras. You can buy them on eBay for literally nothing. They take 3 weeks to get here or more because they're from China, but they are pretty cool. I have my temp gun. This reads temperature I use these in the reptile room as well. And it's saying 75 degrees in here. This one's a lot better than the one I have in my reptile room, but this is pretty cool. It still works really well. I'm checking my temperatures after I fly if I think something's flying wrong. I have all my props, propellers. These are the only ones that work for the Easystar. And I don't think any of these actually work for my Corsair. These are all from my Super Cub whenever I used to fly the Super Cub. That was my first RC plane. I have all my tools and an old battery from one of my RC cars. I don't know why I have that in there. I'm usually not in these drawers very often. I'm usually just in my battery drawer. Unless if I have to repair something, then I'm in my tool drawers. And these are like extra parts, spare parts, and there's actually an old school receiver, the chip receiver where you had to put in your number and all that stuff back in the old days. And then spare parts, batteries, electronic speed controls. If I wanted to, I could actually have enough stuff to build my own plane if I wanted to. It's some old, it'd have to be a ducted fan though, because I took it out of my jet. This jet up here, I never actually flew it. I was probably like 14 years old, 6 years ago, whenever I got it, and I was looking at what kind of battery it needed, and I needed to spend like $100 on a battery, so I spent $100 on the jet, and I didn't think it was fun to have to spend another $100 on just a battery, so I really should have flown it, but I never did. Yeah, this fits in my car, which I'll close it up, show you. Yeah, all this stuff fits in the top up here, and the plane I collapsed down, and it'll all fit in the back of my car, and I usually have it in the back of my car at all times, just so if there's an opportunity to fly, I can fly. Right whenever I get out of work or whatever I'm doing, I can get my plane and go to a park or go wherever and fly. So this is the setup. So alright guys, thanks for watching this video. I will be getting an FPV setup in the near future. It is a Fat Shark setup. I'm not sure exactly which one yet. I'm just going to see which one best fits my needs and best price and everything like that. So look forward to FPV videos in the future where I'll be flying a lot further away and getting much better video. I will also be getting a quadcopter in the near future. That will be probably in the next couple months. I'll have quadcopter for more stable and awesome videos. And like I said earlier in the video, I'll be getting a Mobius camera. So I'll be getting really good videos with that camera as well. It does take about the same video as the camera I have now, but it will be an upgrade for me to be able to fly longer because it will be a lighter camera and weight. Weight does have a lot to do with flying these RC planes and how long of a flight time you can get. So if you haven't already, please check out my other flying videos where I'm flying over different towns. Those will be up here. And then if you haven't already checked out my pet room videos, I do have an awesome pet room with really cool reptiles. There's about 20 different animals down there, and those will be down here in this corner. So please click on those. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you got to do. It would be much appreciated. And you have a great day.